NHL regular season recap night 10. The first game of the night here is the Preds visiting the New York Rangers. Good all-around game from the Preds here tonight. They chase Shesterkin after just 18 shots. He gives up 4 on 18. 2 goals from Cole Smith, 1 goal and an assist from Philip Forsberg, as well as 2 apples from Tyson Barrie powers the Preds to the win here, a 4-1 final in New York. Game 2, a recap of the second-round series between the Leafs and Panthers, and some things never change. In the NHL, we have a 3-1 final here. Goals from Kevin Stenlund, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, and Sam Reinhart for the Panthers. Bob was pretty solid in this one, stopping 29 of 30 for the win. Game 3, the Calgary Flames visiting the Buffalo Sabres. Identical save percentages for both Dan Vladar and Devin Levi in this one with 889s each. Good back and forth game here, but Adam Ruzicka gets the game-winning goal for the Flames in the third, a 4-3 final for Calgary. Up next, we have the Canucks visiting the Tampa Bay Lightning. Thatcher Demko with another game that he did everything he could to keep the Canucks in it here. Brock Besser does get his 5th of the year, and despite being up 2-1 pretty late into the second, 2 goals by Nikita Kucherov powers the Lightning to a win here. It's a 4-3 final in favor of Tampa. Game 5, the Edmonton Oilers visiting the Philadelphia Flyers, and we're not quite there yet, but we are definitely approaching panic for the Edmonton Oilers. Another bad game from Jack Campbell. He gives up 4 on 32 shots. Not terrible, but not good enough to get them a win. Goals from Joel Farabee, Cam Atkinson, and Sean Walker power the Flyers to the win here. 22 saves on 23 shots from Hart. He was just the better goalie tonight. We'll see if the Oilers can bounce back or if their goaltending troubles continue on Saturday. Next, the Vegas Golden Knights visiting the Winnipeg Jets in a rematch of last year's first-round playoff series between these two teams. Brossoit gets the start against his former team and doesn't really have that great of a showing. He stops only 22 of 26. Meanwhile, Logan Thompson stops 36 of 39, so a really good performance by him. As usual, another well-rounded attack from Vegas. Goals from Marchessault, Howden, Martinez, Eichel, and Waugh power them to the victory here, a 5-3 final in favor of Vegas. They remain undefeated. Up next, the Arizona Coyotes visiting the St. Louis Blues. The Blues' offensive woes continue here. They only get 26 shots and score 2 on Connor Ingram. Meanwhile, Arizona gets 42 shots on poor Joel Hofer, who made his season debut tonight and really didn't look all that great, but frankly didn't have a ton of help either. Another game in which the winning team has a pretty well-rounded attack. 6 different goal scorers for the Coyotes in this one, and it's a 6-2 final in favor of Arizona. Next, the LA Kings visiting the Minnesota Wild. After a pretty good performance in Montreal for Marc-Andre Fleury, this was not his best game. He only stopped 20 of 25. That's an 80% save percentage. Not good. Nonetheless, another balanced scoring performance from the Kings. Pierre Dubois with goals 12 seconds apart at the end of the first period, both assisted by Kevin Fiala. Really put the dagger in this game pretty early. It was going to be hard for the Wild to come up with any kind of comeback after that, and they weren't able to. A 7-3 final here in favor of Los Angeles. Up next, the Carolina Hurricanes continuing their West Coast road trip visiting Seattle. Seattle finally managed to find the back of the frickin' net tonight. They've played 5 games, and 7 of their 10 goals on the season came in their game tonight against the Hurricanes. Vince Dunn was frankly the catalyst in this one. He had a goal and 2 assists, as well as 22 minutes of time on ice. Antti Raanta didn't have a great night here. He was forced to start after Freddie Anderson got hurt on Tuesday. Didn't have a great game. Kochetkov comes in and stops 15 of 17. Good to see the Kraken find the back of the net. Hopefully they can continue that because they have been struggling to score to start the season. But again, the final here is 7-4 in favor of the Kraken. 3 games to go on the night here. Up next is the Stars visiting the Anaheim Ducks. The Ducks do follow the Stars in this one, 3-2. Miro Heiskanen is kind of the player of the game in this one. He's got a goal and 2 assists, so obviously factoring in on all 3 goals. But frankly, the Ducks kind of impressed me in this one. They outshot the Stars, I believe, 29-24. Leo Carlsson gets his first goal as an NHL player here. Troy Terry with a goal and an assist. I mean, they're not getting completely pushed in like they did last season. Again, we're only 3 games in for them. They still don't have a winning record, but they've been a bit better this year than they were last year, where they were just atrocious, 40-plus shots against every game. I know we're early, but so far there's some signs of life for the Ducks, which is good to see. Nonetheless, Dallas wins this one 3-2. Next, the Bruins visiting the San Jose Sharks. Really not too much to cover in this one. Goals from Marchand, Van Riemsdyk, and Pastrnak get the Bruins the win. It's a 3-1 final. Allmark stopped 26 of 27. He almost had the shutout bid complete if not for Anthony Duclair scoring about halfway through the third. He thought about going for another goalie goal again, but didn't really have time to pull it off. Not really much else to talk about in this one. The Bruins kind of handled business as they should against the Sharks team. And the final game of the night, the Colorado Avalanche hosting the Chicago Bedards. Avs completely manhandled the Blackhawks in this one. The final shots were 41-18. Mrazek looked fine. He stopped 37 of 41, but really nothing for the Blackhawks to do in this one. Well-rounded scoring from the Avs here. Ryan Johansson gets his first as a member of the Avalanche. That was pretty much it. I think 18 saves, again, for Georgiev in the shutout. Not really much else to cover on this one. So that's it for NHL regular season recap night 10. We will talk to you guys tomorrow for all 2 games on the NHL schedule. Thanks again to the schedule makers for doing such a fantastic job as always. We'll talk to you guys then.